Think about how many times in your life you walked into an important meeting, a negotiation, a conversation where everything mattered, and suddenly your mind went blank. You knew this moment could change something serious, your career, your relationship, your future, and yet you did not know what to say. I have seen this happen to strong, intelligent people more times than I can count. For many years, I have worked with people in different countries, cultures, and professional environments. And what I see very clearly now is that this is a difficult moment for women all over the world. Pressure is high, expectations are constant, and confidence is being tested daily. That is why I feel ready to help more women feel free, independent, self confident, and able to choose what they truly want, not what society quietly demands from them. If this topic matters to you, like this video and subscribe. And stay until the end because the most important insight is saved for last. Let us begin with the first principle: be first or be last. There is a psychological rule called the edge effect. People remember what happens at the beginning and at the end. Introduce yourself first in a new group, you will be remembered. Speak last, you will be remembered too. Take initiative. Ask the first question. Visibility creates memory. The second technique is mirroring, also called rapport. Subtly match a person's breathing, pace, and posture. If someone is tense, breathe as they breathe, then slowly calm your rhythm. They will follow you. This is how you become the emotional leader of the conversation. And this brings us to eye contact. Instead of forcing yourself to stare, simply notice the color of the other person's eyes. Your brain switches from fear to curiosity. Your gaze becomes calm and present, and people feel truly seen. One of the most underestimated tools in communication is silence. We were taught that if we are silent, we must not know enough. But silence is not weakness. A pause gives weight to your words. It allows you to gather your thoughts and gives the other person time to process. Confident speakers are not afraid of space. When you rush, your voice becomes higher and thinner, and anxiety is felt immediately. Calm pacing signals inner stability and authority. People trust those who are not afraid of pauses. Now let me talk about something I deeply love: compliments. Real ones. Not about clothes or appearance, but about qualities, energy, reliability, warmth, presence. When was the last time you sincerely complimented a colleague? For many people, the answer is never. And yet, when someone feels truly noticed, a strong connection appears. In their mind forms a simple link: I matter. Another powerful technique is asking for help. Especially for strong, independent women, this can feel uncomfortable. But allowing someone to help you creates connection. It makes the other person feel useful and important. Paradoxically, only strong people can afford vulnerability. Now think about the first 5 seconds: walking into a room, stepping on stage, being introduced. How do you stand? How do you walk? Where do you look? Rehearse those 5 seconds in your mind. Your brain does not clearly separate imagination from reality. Preparation creates calm, and calm creates confidence. If this is useful to you, like the video and stay with me, because the next part changes how people choose and decide. Let us talk about offering 3 options instead of 2. In conversations, negotiations, even family decisions, avoid either or. Offer 3 choices: one acceptable, one ideal, and one intentionally weaker. This creates perspective and a sense of freedom without pressure. People relax when they feel they have options. Watch body language closely. When someone closes off, fidgets, scratches, or withdraws, stop talking. Do not push information. Pause. Offer a break. Ask gently if clarification is needed. This shows emotional intelligence and respect. Another subtle but powerful skill is remembering names. Being addressed by name creates instant warmth. Use associations to remember. Link the name to an image, a detail, a story. When you later use that name, the person feels chosen, not generic. Now, one of the strongest principles of all: do something good in advance. Help without expecting anything in return. give time, attention, advice, or support. People never forget who stood by them. This builds trust that lasts for years. Your appearance also communicates. Dress for context. Blend before you stand out. In interviews or negotiations, neutral choices allow your competence to come forward. Confidence does not need loud colors to be heard. If you are still with me, write in the comments which of these techniques surprised you most. We are getting closer to the most important part. When you want something big, break it into small conversations. Do not demand outcomes immediately. Prepare the ground. Let your value become obvious over time. When the request finally appears, it feels logical, not aggressive. Never attack the person. Discuss the idea. Preserve dignity. Speak about concepts, not personalities. This allows relationships to survive even difficult conversations. Humor is another powerful tool, but it must be used carefully. Humor is intelligence in motion. It creates shared context and emotional closeness. If you are unsure, test your humor in safe spaces first. Nothing disconnects faster than laughter that only the speaker enjoys. Invite people to eat or drink together. Sharing food creates safety. If you feel uncomfortable even having tea with someone, working together will be even harder. Your body often knows the answer before your mind does. Ask open questions. What, why, how? Open questions invite people to expand and share. Closed questions shut conversations down. Prepare your thoughts before important meetings. Even a short outline helps. When you prepare, your speech becomes clearer and calmer. Remember the edge effect again. The first word matters. The last word defines memory. Be the person who summarizes and concludes. This fixes agreements and leaves a strong impression of reliability. Like the video and subscribe if you want to continue building this skill. We are almost at the end. Now let me share a technique that works especially well before high-pressure moments. Create an imaginary support group. Picture people who believe in you standing nearby. Parents, partners, mentors, role models. Feel their presence. You can also ask yourself, how would this person act in my place? How would they walk in? How would they speak? How would they hold silence? Borrow their posture and rhythm. This is not pretending. This is training your nervous system. What most people miss is that confidence is not about talking more. It is about being anchored while speaking less. When you can pause, listen, and respond instead of react, people feel safe with you. Safety creates trust. Trust creates influence. Think about the conversations that changed your life. They were probably not loud. They were clear. They made you feel seen. Do not try to use all these tools at once. Choose one or two. Practice them consciously. Let them become natural. If you are still watching, that already tells me something about you. You are someone who wants to grow, not just perform. Confidence grows quietly, but its results are very loud. Let me leave you with this final thought. Every conversation is a choice. Reactive or grounded, rushed or present, invisible or remembered. You now have 19 tools that can change how you speak, connect, and lead. Use them gently. Use them consciously. Make them yours. Do not aim to impress. Aim to be clear, calm, and respectful. People remember how you made them feel long after they forget the words. If this video gave you value, like it, subscribe, and stay connected. We are building a space where confidence is trained, not faked, and where women learn to stand firmly in their voice. The next important conversation you walk into, you will not be the same person anymore.